So good morning, everybody. Welcome. So today, I've been told to teach this. So we're going to do the sacred river of life. So you know it better as sushumna, the central nadi. So nadi means tube, and it's the one that runs down the center of the spine. So the energy channel. And then you've got the chakras that are pierced by the sushumna. It's also known as Brahma Nadi. So Brahma is the great one, the all-pervading life that sustains the universe, which is also in us. And it's also known as Saraswati, and Saraswati means wisdom, and Saraswati is the sacred river in India, which sometimes dries up and then all of a sudden it comes back again. So it's the energy in us, and when it moves fully through the spine, it pierces all the chakras, and then we become awake. So we're not going to pierce it today. That would be, it only happens when it's ready, and forcing Kundalini awakening is positively quite dangerous. You need to be ready for that type of energy. So we're actually going to start lying down on our front. Okay, so we're going to be focusing on the spinal column. So lots of central movements today. And focusing on the movement of the breath up and down the spine. So I'll just get this, just in case we have late arrivals. So I want you to put your passive hand on top of your active hand. So I'm left-handed, so I'm going to put my right hand on top of my left, okay? Thumbs touching, toes, big toes touching, heels out, and then the forehead on the knuckles. And just start to become aware of the abdominal breath first, that nice deep, nurturing breath in the belly that calms the nervous system. Lovely. Now let your attention become aware of the spinal column. So start with the head itself, so that the awareness of the skull, and then travel down into the base of the neck, through the shoulder blades, down into the lower back, the lumbar spine, and then take your attention right down into the tailbone. And with your attention at the tailbone, I want you to breathe in and imagine that breath is running up like a river through the spine to the top of the head and back down again. And really focus, so you're pulling that energy up with your mental attention. So remember, ultimately, yoga is a mental practice. It's about focusing our mind energy so we become quiet enough to recognize the energetic systems within our physical body. Lovely. Now bring the hands under the shoulders, still focusing on the tailbone to the head. Inhale, come into cobra. Start with a low lift. Exhale, lower. So you're moving energy up and down the spine. As you inhale, you're pulling it up to the top of the head. And as you exhale, you're pushing it back down. If you like to imagine colour, imagine a golden river pouring, running up and down the spine. And as you come into Cobra, try to make 70% of the effort from the back muscles, not the hands. So you should lift as high as you can and then use the arms to get that final lift. Stay mentally focused. So that's the most challenging thing in yoga, is to keep the mind on that point of focus, which is bringing the breath up and down the spine, or, well, not the breath technically, the pranic energy. So the breath is just moving in and out of the lungs, but our awareness is moving up and down the spine. Good. Next, inhale, push up and back into swan. Good. Now really move the tailbone in towards the bottom. Good. Come back into cat this time. Inhaling from the tailbone to the top of the head with your attention. Exhale, chin in, navel in. Keep visualizing the energy through the spinal column. So we have these energetic knots, which are called granthis in our system. And one of the hardest ones to shift is at the heart space. So we're just going to work a little bit with the knots that bind the heart. So inhale, sweep the left arm up. And as you exhale, slide under and let the right arm come up and back as far as you can. Inhale, back up. Exhale, slide the other way. Really take your time with the breath. Make sure you're fully breathing in and fully breathing out. Lovely, back to center now. Take the hands to the corner of the mat. Make sure that the knees are slightly away from the hips. Let's melt the heart. Take a breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Follow the flow of energy up and down the spine. And we're going to add in a silent mantra, so hum. So as you breathe in, hear the sound so on the breath, S-O. And as you exhale, the sound hum, H-A-A-M. So the mantra translates as, I am that. So that river is your true essence. It's what animates the human vehicle. Lovely, come back into cat. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, down dog. Let's just take a little bit of focus into the legs, healing out, releasing any trapped energy through the back of the hamstrings and the calf muscles. Good, now we're going to do a full spinal movement. I'm going to offer you cat or upward facing dog, so your choice. So we're going to inhale, either using cat for the back bend or upward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, so coming forwards into the cat or the up dog. If you're using upward facing dog, make sure you're not hanging into the lumbar spine. You need to draw the heart space forwards and up. Focus on bringing the energy up the spine as you inhale. So, and as you exhale, hum. Focus inwards. Lovely, one more. Good, now drop the knees, push back. Lovely, come up into hero pose. So you're sitting back on the knees. Bring the hands to the thighs. We're going to do spinal flex. We're going to go slowly and then we're going to build up the speed. So inhale, exhale. Hear the breath, so hum, so hum. Notice the areas in the physical body of the spinal column that resist the movement. Try to focus your attention there a little bit more to shift the stagnant energy. Last one. Spine nice and straight. Bring the hands to the shoulders. If you're struggling to sit back, then bring the legs forwards and sit cross-legged or legs out straight instead. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Again, start off slowly, build up the speed. So just starting to work on the granthi in the heart. Caution with going fast if you've got low blood pressure. So just work with the speed that suits you. Go back to center, deep breath in, draw a big circle. Exhale with a sigh. And again. Lovely, and release. Let's swing the legs round. So this one is also known as the life nerve stretch that runs through the entire system. So pull your glutes out a little bit. We're going to inhale to center, and then we're going to exhale and stretch to the left. Inhale, stretch to the right. Work with the breath. So again, we're going to build up the speed, because remember, when you're breathing in and out, it's not just oxygen we're working with. We're working with the pranic energy, the life-giving force of the universe. If you prefer to go slowly, then that's absolutely fine. Listen to what your body is telling you. A little bit further each time, and that might be a tiny micro movement. Feeling the effort on the belly as well as the legs and the back. Back to center. Stretch up. Exhale. Lovely. Let's swing the legs around again. Back into down dog. Heel out the feet. Lovely. Now slowly walk the feet towards the hands. We're going to walk the hands over to the left, keep them as low as you can. Walk them all around the other way. Use the breath, inhaling one way, exhaling the other. See if you can go a little bit further around each time. Feel the rivers of energy that run through the legs. Lovely, back to center. Inhale, just lift the gaze to the horizon. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, horizon. Exhale, fold. Just keep going. Once you've got the sequence down, the mind can remember it, then bring your attention into the spine. Inhaling, drawing the energy up from the tailbone. Exhaling, pushing it back down. Just like a beautiful wave of energy running up and down the spine. Good. Inhale. All the way up. Interlace the fingers, push the palms to the ceiling. Really stretch, have a little bit of, just a bit of a shimmy from side to side. So you're just really lengthening and then hold. Draw the tummy muscles in and over to one side. Lovely, back to center. Hands to the side of the body. Kati Chakrasana. So this is the one that works the entire spinal column. Make sure you're bringing the opposite heel off the floor as you turn. And start with the elbows relatively bent so you get that turning motion at the heart space. And then once you feel like the pectoral area is warmed a bit, swing the back arm. So it takes you much further around. Good. Bring your attention back to the breath. Lovely, back to center. This one is similar to Earth, Horizon, Sky. It's called the waterfall. So I want you to inhale, lift the gaze, squeeze the elbows back. And as you exhale, just fold forward, soften the arms. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Elbows back. Exhale, now take the attention into the body. Be aware of the spinal column. Move the energy from the tailbone to the head and from the head to the tailbone. Hear the mantra of the breath, so hum. Just keep going forwards and back, flexing the spinal column to stimulate sushumna nadi. Good, last one. Let's come all the way up. Step forwards with the right leg. Some of you might need a brick. It's entirely up to you. And come forward. So if you need a brick, just pop it there. So we're aiming to get the legs straight, but it's not essential. Make sure that the legs are facing, that the feet are facing forward. So this is a variation on triangle. Bring the right hand on the inside, so you might need to pop that on the brick. And we're going to start again with this granthi at the heart space. So as you inhale, squeeze the left elbow as if you're pulling a bowstring. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So as you inhale, you're squeezing that energy around Anahata chakra. And as you exhale, you're letting go of what binds the heart. So nearly everything that bothers us is based in fear. You're going to hold the squeeze the elbow. Use the brick if you need to. Good, careful with the neck. If it feels too much for the head, then just turn the gaze to the floor. Good, now notice how the next movement feels for the shoulder. It might not suit your shoulder. Extend the top arm. Good, now feel the breath spiraling as it travels down. Up and down the spine. Lovely, releasing. Bend the front knee, step back. Step forwards with the left leg, both feet forwards, okay? Now the left hand is down, maybe on the brick, if you need it. So this is an open twist rather than a reversed twist. Inhale, squeeze the right elbow. Exhale. So maybe reflecting on what binds the heart space and just letting it go as you exhale. Good, hold the squeeze. Maybe extend the top arm. Visualize energy running up and down the spinal column, using the mantra of the breath. Lovely, releasing. This time step back into down dog. Heel out the feet. And again, your choice of back bend, just to move the energy through the spinal column that we've squeezed. Either a cat for the inhale or upward facing dog. Coming forwards, either into cat or up dog. Exhale. Good, one more. Good, now just come into cat, bring the hands back out to the corner. Make sure that the knees are just behind the hip line. And again, let's do the heart melt. Take a breath in, lift the gaze. Exhale, lower the heart. Inhale. And exhale. Good, last one. Lovely, now just walk the hands in a little bit and then push the bottom back to the heels. Be cautious with the next movement. We're going to stretch the entire spine. Be careful with the neck. So bring the head, the crown of the head, as close to the knees as you comfortably can. And start with the hands just sort of in front of the knees, out to the side a little bit. We're going to roll up onto the top of the head, chin towards the chest. And if you're comfortable with the weight of the head and the neck, let the hands come back towards the side of the ankle. And just start to roll further over onto the head. Maybe bring the head a little bit closer in again. Lovely. Now bring the hands back so they're nearest the head. And I want you to focus on the crown now. And start to circle the head a little bit from side to side. Notice any tenderness. When you find an area that's tender, just stay there. Rock a little bit around that area. Stimulating the acupressure points on the top of the head. There's one centrally, slightly towards the back. So it's at the top of the head, but it's just further back. And this is the central vessel channel. And start to really massage the top of the head now, rocking forwards and back. Letting the chin draw in as close to the chest as you can. Just a few more rocks. Lovely, come back up. Oh, that's nice. Back into cat, exhale. Down dog, walk the hands and the feet towards each other. It's a little bit stop-start today. And then take slightly wider stance, so we don't need a full wide leg forward fold. So just use the width of the mat. Arms come up, so we're going to spiral. Take a breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Slow it down if you feel dizzy. So that forward fold on the exhale releases a lot of pressure from the body. So if you've got low blood pressure, it can make you feel a little bit ugh. So if you're feeling a little bit like that, then use a simple side bend instead. Last one. Lovely. Inhale, stick the arms all the way up. Step in a little bit, roll the toes out. Exhale. Good, now really drop the tailbone as low as you comfortably can. If you've got any back or shoulder problems, don't do the next movement. Good, now really feel yourself coming back onto the heels, but keeping the ball of the foot anchored as well. Breathe, smile. Lovely, now come down to the floor, cross the legs if you're able to. If that doesn't work for you, then have the legs straight out. Grip the hands, so you've got like you're trying to pull them apart, but you can't. So this is called propeller. We're going to do it for a minute, okay? So it is specific. It is inhale, right elbow up. Exhale, left. Close your eyes, focus in on the heart energy. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms up, hold the breath in, pull. Hold it for as long as you can, comfortably and safely. Pull, pull, pull. Exhale, shake. Lovely, hands to the thighs. Inhale, draw the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, drop. Just like any other riverbed in the physical world, it gets blocked sometimes with debris. So we're just clearing out the areas around the shoulders, the throat, the Vishuddhi, and the heart. Last one. Oh, lovely. Chin down, gently roll the head. Check that the jaw's relaxed as you turn the head, clearing out the stagnant energy deep in Vishuddhi now, the throat. Lovely. Change directions. Lovely. Inhale, sweep both arms up. Exhale, twist to one side. Use the arms to bring you round. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist the other way. Total attention on the spinal column. You're now going to twist and hold. You're going to use the arms to bring yourself as far round as you can. Good. Now stay as far round as you possibly can. And I want you to bring the back hand into the sacrum and draw the shoulder towards the same knee as the shoulder. So whichever side you're on, we're just stretching out through the back of the spine now. Hear the breath mantra, so, harm, focus the mind. Remember that second sutra of Patanjali, Yoga Chittavrita Nirodha. Yoga is the stilling of the mind. Lovely, come up. Let's rotate the other way. Just going around as far as you can using both hands to start with. Good, now bring the back hand into the sacrum and drop the front shoulder to its knee. Check in on what's happening with the neck, so you can just turn the gaze towards the floor if that helps. Stay with the breath, let the breath be the comfort into the movement, the change of shape. Be aware of the spinal column. Lovely, slowly come back up. Hands to the side, raise one arm, don't mind which way you go first. Good, now let that hand come behind the head. So leading from the elbow, come over to the side. Keep the sit bones anchored, so just making space in the channel. Breathe deep towards the ribs. Lovely, come all the way up. Other way. Keep the sit bones anchored. Just let the eyes close, focus in on the ribs, the side energy of the heart space. Lovely, come back to center. Grab the ankles, or if you're working with the legs wide, just hands on the thighs. Inhale, forwards, exhale, back. So you're squeezing the tummy muscles in to push the breath out. And again, just go at a speed that suits your body. Don't move so fast that it makes you feel dizzy or sick. Some of you might find that you use this type of breathing every day, so it's quite normal for you to go fast. Good, now start to really focus in on the spinal column. Be aware of the action, the physical action and the breath, moving energy up from the tailbone towards the third eye, so the space between the eyebrows. Visualize the energy, nice golden light shimmering through the spinal column. Good, spine nice and straight. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling, now focus even more intensely on the spinal column. And as you inhale, focus on the tailbone. Bring the energy up through the spine. Visualize it, feel it moving through each vertebrae, into the space between the shoulder blades, into the neck area, towards the third eye, and back down. So pulling this river of sacred energy through the spinal column, moving it through each chakra area. Stay focused. Notice how often the mind will wander away from the mental focus. So this is the sixth limb of yoga, dharana, concentration. So these last three limbs of Patanjali, the sutras of Patanjali, are the inner journey, which is that more advanced practices of inner focus. Lovely. Next, exhale, let's release. And I want you to roll down, keeping the knees just resting against each other, feet nice and wide. And before we completely still the body, we're actually going to use the hands to sense the chakras. So I want you to rub the hands and then bring them above the face, quite high up. Elbows can be bent, eyes are closed. And I want you to very, very slowly draw the hands towards the third eye. And when you can sense it, I want you to stop. So for those of you who are very sensitive to energy, you might feel the third eye activating against the awareness of the hands quite far away from the body. And then I want you to just breathe with your attention to the third eye. So Ajna chakra. And play around with it so you can move the hands really close in without touching, feeling the presence of almost as if the energy is being pushed into the third eye from the hands, and then bring them out again. Lovely. Now move the hands so they're going to come in line with the throat. Vishuddhi chakra, do the same process until you can sense the energy around the throat. Lovely. Move down towards the heart area, moving up and down with the hands until you can feel there's a slight, it's not really I suppose it is a little bit of resistance. It's kind of like where the energy field of the hand and the Anahata chakra meet. Breathe into the heart space. Really be aware. So we're tuning in, we're learning to tune into prana. It's just like tuning into a radio station. Now see what happens, experiment when you push the energy of the heart space towards the throat, because these two chakras have started to join. And just move the hands up and down a little bit. Just same level. Feel the energy, how it's moving. It's like almost like you're pushing this energetic sacred river further up. What happens if you push from the heart to the head? Can you feel it move through the throat into the third eye? Back down. Lovely. Now go from the heart to the solar plexus, which is just above the navel. Be aware of the energy there. This is the power center of the physical body where we digest our food, but it's also the power center of the energetic body where we digest emotions, relationships. Good. Now move the hands further down so they're just above the pubic bone, the sacral center, Swadhisthana. Move the hands up and down a little bit, see if you can feel the energy there. So you might find it as a slight tingling running along the bridge of the pubic bone. Good. Now keep the hands there. And as you exhale, I want you to just pull the pelvic floor muscles in. So we're sensing Muladhara chakra Inhale, let them relax. Exhale, squeeze them in again. So the internal sling of muscles are like a hammock between the legs. Good. Now on the next exhale, with your attention at Muladhara, I want you to sweep the energy all the way up. So just brush the hands along the front of sushumna all the way up to the third eye. Inhale, sweep them all the way down. So we're not touching the body, we're touching the sacred body, the energetic system. The exhale, we engage Mula Bandha and we just squeeze. So we have that gentle physical movement to help the flow of energy, just pushing it up and down the spine. Good. Now on the next exhale, I just want you to let the hands physically rest on the heart space, both of them. Focus your attention there. And be aware of this huge ball of light, as bright as the sun, shining at the center. And this is your true essence. It is the microcosm of the universe. Be aware of the presence in the physical body of this light. And as you inhale and exhale, bring back the breath mantra, Soham. I am that I am. Really anchoring that awareness that we are this energy. And this energy is pure love. Lovely. Now just start to bring your attention back to the physical body, the carrier of the true self. Notice where this vehicle touches the floor. Let the hands come to touch the floor. Feel that connection into Mother Earth. And as you inhale, sweep the arms up and over. Hold the breath in. Have a bit of a stretch, and when you're ready, have a sigh out. Hands come back. Roll to one side. Come back up to sitting. Bring the hands to the heart space. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. That sense of gathering in the whole universe, the external, the macrocosm, and then bring it into the microcosm at the heart space. And there is actually no separateness. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell, make some comments, because it means that more people get to find me. Thank you for joining me. Bye.